The restaurant industry has one huge problem. They have an average 80% employee turnover every single year. This means if you're a 1,000 employee restaurant group, you have to hire 800 people just to stay at the same level. Then think about what happens if you're growing. Gen Z is super lazy, illoyal, and don't really want to work. Why should I invest in my employees when they're leaving 6 months after I hire them anyways? They're actually some of the most dedicated employees you'll find, as long as you live up to the things that they're looking for. Employees come from a super flat family structure. They've probably been asked when they were young where they wanted to go on summer vacation rather than just being told we're going to Spain. They also expect that when they come into the workplace, if they see a process they think can be improved, they want to tell you about it and expect you to do something about it. This doesn't mean they're lazy or doesn't want to follow the rank structure. It just means that they want to be seen. They want to be able to add something beyond just what is in the job description. You need to implement a system that allows them to be heard, to come with their opinions where everyone can communicate together rather than just the HQ telling everyone what to do. One way we do that at All Gravy is through having surveys, pulses, but also a community where everyone can communicate and say, hey, I did this in that way yesterday, it worked a lot better. Why don't others also try that? And if you allow them to do that, you'll get the most dedicated employees you'll ever find. Another thing that's super important for Gen Z is coming into a workplace where they feel like there's actually been thought about them. Thinking about the employee journey and digitizing that. Ensuring that there is a communication platform where everyone can communicate digitally so they can do that while they're standing on their phone, at the bus stop, or at home or whatever, when they want to connect. They've grown up with a mobile phone in their hand. So if they come into a workplace that's pen and paper, maybe a desktop or even a fax, they're not going to feel like you as a workplace want them to come in there and they're going to choose somewhere else.
Goodbye.
How can I make my workplace the one place the young employees go to when they want a job? They're just brought up in a different way than we maybe were 20 years ago. They've always been told what it takes to get an A, what it takes to get a top grade. So what they're looking for is really a little bit more guidance on what the playing field is like. And once you give them that, you'll see super performers in that group. They are super excited to take on managerial roles, to move quickly up in the organization, and they will kill themselves to do it. But you need to motivate them and tell them why they should do it. Another thing Gen Z really cares about is purpose. Gen Z are operating in a world where there's scarce resource. They can choose between different jobs. Today, there are more jobs than there are people. This means they're not just going for salary, they want something more. Whether that is a purpose that they can join into, like sustainability, making a green change, a community to be part of, or even just being part of a growth story like something like Joe and the Juice, for example. Find out what it is that makes it interesting to work with your company, and that way you can attract this generation. And we understand, as a small player, everything's a bit of a mess at the start. You don't have time to put in place systems, etc. But as you're growing to 3, 4, 5 sites, then you really need to start systematizing these things to ensure that everything works and that the younger generation actually wants to work at your workplace. We're super excited to see the industry actually moving towards creating workplaces that Gen Z wants to work at, finding tools that actually feel like what they use in their day-to-day lives, digitizing, professionalizing, and thinking about what that employee journey should look like. And we're really excited to be part of this change.